Ever wonder what's really inside a Chicken McNugget? You're not alone. Millions have questioned the ingredients and process behind this iconic fast food. Let's have a look behind the curtains and see what's really going on. So don't chicken out and stay tuned. From chicken to nugget, we're taking you inside the factory where it all happens. You'll see every step, from the arrival of whole chickens to the final golden nugget. No secrets, no mystery meat, just the real deal. Remember the rumors about pink slime in Chicken McNuggets? We're here to set the record straight. We've got exclusive access to a McNugget factory, and we're showing you everything. Let's take a closer look at where the chicken in your McNuggets comes from. McDonald's gets its chicken from trusted suppliers who follow strict guidelines. These aren't just any chickens. They're specially raised for McDonald's on farms that prioritize quality. The chickens grow up in clean, spacious barns and eat a balanced diet. This careful upbringing ensures the meat is top-notch. When the chickens are ready, they're sent to the factory, where the real work begins. At the factory, workers carefully cut the chickens into specific parts. McDonald's only uses white meat from the breast and tenderloin for their nuggets. Why? White meat is lean, has a mild flavor that many people enjoy, and is perfect for shaping into those famous nugget forms. Quality control is crucial. Every piece of chicken goes through careful inspection. Workers and machines check for things like bruises or bone fragments. This thorough process ensures only the best chicken makes it into your McNuggets. Next, the chosen chicken parts go into a big grinder. Watch as whole pieces of chicken transform into a finely ground mixture. This ground-up chicken is the foundation of your nugget. But there's more to it than just chicken. The mixture also includes other ingredients that give McNuggets their unique taste and texture. Water, salt, seasoning, and a bit of vegetable starch are added to the mix. The starch helps hold everything together and keeps the nuggets juicy when cooked. All these ingredients go into a giant mixer, like a supersized version of the one in your kitchen. The machine blends everything until it's smooth and even. This step is super important. It ensures every nugget has the same great taste and texture. At this point, the mixture looks a bit like chicken paste. It might not look appetizing yet, but just wait. The next steps will transform this blend into those golden nuggets we all know and love. Now it's time for the secret sauce. You might think we're done with just ground chicken, but there's more to the mix than meets the eye. Let's see what really goes into making those famous McNuggets. Remember that chicken paste we talked about? It's about to get a flavor boost. The ground chicken goes into a big mixer along with some carefully measured ingredients. First up, chicken skin. It helps everything stick together and adds extra taste. Smart, right? They also add water, salt, and seasoning. The water keeps everything moist, while the salt and seasoning give McNuggets their signature flavor. But what about those natural preservatives? They're there to keep your nuggets fresh from the factory to your plate. All these ingredients get mixed together in that big machine. It's like a giant version of the mixer you might have in your kitchen. The machine whirls and swirls, blending everything into a smooth, uniform mix. This step is super important because it makes sure every nugget tastes the same, no matter which McDonald's you visit. Now we've got this big batch of seasoned chicken mixture. It looks kind of like a pale, creamy paste. But how does it become those iconic nugget shapes we all know? Well, that's where things get really interesting. The mixture goes through a special machine that forms it into those famous shapes. It's like a high-tech Play-Doh machine, but for chicken. This cool device pushes the chicken mix through different molds. Some make the classic boot shape, others make rounds, and some make the bell shape. It's fast too, pumping out hundreds of nuggets every minute. Each ingredient plays a crucial role in the final product. The chicken provides protein, the skin adds richness, the water ensures juiciness, and the seasonings create that unmistakable taste. The preservatives keep everything fresh, while the mixing process guarantees consistency. But hold on, we're not done yet. These shaped nuggets might look familiar, but they're still missing something important. Can you guess what it is? That's right, the crispy coating. Without it, they'd just be chicken patties. The coating is what gives McNuggets their signature crunch that keeps you coming back for more. Let's check out the secret behind that irresistible McNugget crunch. It's all about a three-step coating process that gives them their famous texture. First, the shaped nuggets get a light dusting of seasoned flour. This special mix sticks to the nuggets just right and adds flavor. It's not your everyday flour, it's designed to create the perfect base for the next layers, soaking up extra moisture and helping everything else stick. Next, the nuggets take a dip in a unique liquid batter. It's thicker than pancake batter, more like tempura. This batter is a mix of wheat flour, corn flour, and secret ingredients. It adds more flavor with garlic, salt, and pepper and helps keep the chicken juicy. The batter clings just right, thick enough for flavor but allowing extra to drip off. Finally, the nuggets go for a tumble in a big rotating drum filled with special breadcrumbs. As they roll around, they pick up an even coating all over. These aren't just any breadcrumbs, they're made to give that perfect McNugget crunch when cooked. What makes this coating unique? Unlike other fried foods that might use just flour or breadcrumbs, McNuggets have this three-layer approach. It's like building a house. You need a good foundation, sturdy walls, and a solid roof to make it perfect. The machines that handle this process are pretty cool. They use precision sensors to measure the amount of each coating. There are even cameras that check each nugget to make sure it's coated evenly. It's all about consistency. Every McNugget should taste the same, whether you're eating them in New York or New Delhi. Watch how the nuggets change through each step. They start off pale and smooth, then get a light dusty look from the flour. After the batter, they're shiny and dripping. Finally, they come out of the breadcrumb tumbler looking rough and ready to cook. This whole process happens fast. In just a few seconds, plain chicken turns into a nugget ready for the fryer. But we're not done yet. There's still one more important step to go. Let's see how these coated nuggets become the golden, crispy treats we know and love. Now it's time for the grand finale, the frying process that turns our coated nuggets into golden delights. You might think they're ready to eat, but there's one more crucial step. This is where the magic happens, and it's not your average fry-up. Let's check out the fryers. These are massive industrial machines filled with hot vegetable oil. The coated nuggets take a quick dip in this hot oil bath for about 2 minutes. As they sizzle, you can hear the coating crisping up and smell the delicious aroma of frying chicken. This quick fry, called par frying, is all about setting the coating and giving the nuggets some color. It's not meant to cook them all the way through. This two-stage frying method is crucial because it ensures the perfect texture we all love. The hot oil seals the tempura coating, creating a thin, crispy shell while the inside stays juicy. As the nuggets come out of the oil, they're a light golden color. But we're not done yet. The par-fried nuggets get a blast of cold air, stopping the cooking process right away. This quick chill is super important. It's like pressing pause on the cooking, locking in the flavor and keeping the nuggets juicy inside. Now it's time for flash freezing. This isn't your average freezing process. The nuggets are quickly brought down to very low temperatures, which creates tiny ice crystals. These small crystals prevent damage to the food's cellular structure, preserving the texture and flavor we've worked so hard to create. Flash freezing is crucial for keeping the quality high. It means that whether you're eating McNuggets in New York or New Delhi, they'll taste the same. It's all about consistency, making sure you get that classic McNugget experience no matter where you are. So there you have it. The final steps in creating those iconic Chicken McNuggets. From the sizzle of the fryer to the Arctic blast of the freezer, each step plays a crucial role. But before these nuggets leave the factory, they've got one more hurdle to clear. Can you guess what it is? That's right, a rigorous quality control process to ensure every nugget meets McDonald's high standards. Let's see what that involves. Let's check out the quality control process for McDonald's Chicken McNuggets. After frying and freezing, these little bites go through some intense checks to make sure they're just right. First up, we've got the human inspectors. These eagle-eyed experts look at each batch of nuggets, checking for the right color, shape, and overall appearance. But it's not all human power. McDonald's has some cool machines helping out too. These machines are pretty impressive. They've got special cameras and sensors that can spot things our eyes might miss. It's like having superhero vision for nuggets. The cameras can detect tiny imperfections in seconds, making sure every nugget meets the McDonald's standard. Here's something interesting. The number of nuggets that don't pass the test is surprisingly small. McDonald's has gotten so good at making these nuggets that most of them come out just right. It's all thanks to that careful process we saw earlier. The technology used in nugget inspection is actually quite advanced. These aren't your average machines. They can spot things in seconds that might take a human much longer to notice. Speaking of consistency, that's a big deal for McDonald's. The quality control team is dedicated to making sure your McNuggets taste the same whether you're in New York or New Delhi. It's pretty impressive when you think about it. Even after passing all these tests, the quality checks don't stop. McDonald's does regular taste tests too. Yep, there are people whose job it is to eat nuggets and make sure they taste good. They're looking for the right flavor, texture, and that satisfying crunch we all love. Once the nuggets pass all these tests, they're carefully packaged. The boxes are designed to keep the nuggets in top condition, protecting them from damage and keeping them at the right temperature until they're cooked at the restaurant. So next time you bite into a Chicken McNugget, think about all the steps it went through to get to you. From careful ingredient selection to shaping, frying, freezing, and all these quality checks, it's quite a journey. It's all part of McDonald's commitment to giving you the perfect nugget every time. Remember how we wondered about making a perfect nugget every time? Well, it turns out the secret isn't just in the factory. There's a whole journey these little guys go on before they reach your plate. Let's check out what happens after the nuggets leave the factory. Our nuggets are all packed up and ready to go, but they've got a long way to travel. The first stop? Big refrigerated trucks. These keep the nuggets super cold during their trip to distribution centers all over the country. Think of these centers like nugget pit stops, big cold warehouses where the nuggets hang out for a bit. From there, smaller refrigerated trucks take over. They deliver the nuggets to individual McDonald's restaurants. When the nuggets arrive, they go straight into special freezers until they're needed. Now here's where things get really interesting. When you order your McNuggets, there's one last super important step. Can you guess what it is? That's right, it's frying time. This final fry is a big deal. The frozen nuggets are dropped into hot oil at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius, for around 3 to 4 minutes. This does two important things. First, it cooks the nuggets all the way through. Remember, they were only partially cooked at the factory. Second, it gives them that perfect golden color and crispy outside. The two-stage frying process is key to the unique McNugget texture. The first fry at the factory sets the shape and creates a light coating. This final fry at the restaurant creates that crispy exterior while keeping the inside juicy. The oil temperature and cooking time are carefully controlled to make sure every batch comes out just right. It's like a science, ensuring each nugget is hot, fresh, and delicious. Picture this: a fresh batch of golden nuggets, perfectly crispy, is pulled from the fryer. The aroma fills the air as they're carefully boxed up. A smiling worker hands them over the counter to an excited customer. That first bite? Pure nugget perfection. It's pretty cool when you think about it. Every step of the way from factory to fryer is designed to give you that magical McNugget moment. So the next time you're munching on some McNuggets, think about the journey they've been on. From the factory to the trucks to the distribution centers to the restaurant freezers and finally to the fryer. It's quite a trip, all to make sure you get that perfect nugget every time. And there you have it, folks. We've seen how Chicken McNuggets are made from start to finish. It's amazing how much goes into these little golden bites. We saw how McDonald's has fine-tuned their process over the years, responding to changing tastes. They've switched to all-white meat and tweaked their seasoning blend. Next time you're eating McNuggets, you'll know exactly what goes into making them. It's cool to think about all the steps behind something we often eat without a second thought. But our food journey doesn't stop here. What other foods are you curious about? Let us know in the comments what you want to see next. Remember, there's always more to learn about what we eat. Until next time, enjoy your food and your newfound nugget knowledge.